Well, good evening, Star Citizens. It's Thursday. It's Invictus launch week. Last night we set up. We kind of had to do a little prison time. I did that off camera. Won't make y'all sit through me going and mining rocks for 2.5 hours. That's not fun. But we are now, I think we're at Evers Harbor, which means I need to get over to Bajini, or really Area 18. We're going to check out the hull, see it with all the ships and vehicles in it, and we're going to go on a rental spree. We'll try out a couple ships, and we'll do some ghillie missions, and I think there's even a Navy patrol mission to do. First things first, let's get our priority. Okay. Look at, this is just silly, all these protems clogging up the hole. Alright, we need to get over. Hopefully it has the Polaris here for me. That was the last ship I was active in, which is how prison works. It gives you the last ship you were active in. There it sure is. So docking port 1. Okay. Welcome to the Polaris. First thing we're going to do is set our spawn point at the medbay. And then we'll begin our trip over to Area 18. There we go. Regeneration, transfer imprint. Confirmed. Okay. Alright, I think our exit. Okay. Engines on. Contact ATC. Disengage in docking clamps. There we go. All right, let's see, Area 18. Ooh, let's not headache wreck ourselves that way. Very damaged Corsair over there. We are on our way. 22 gigameters. That's a brief jog over. Hopefully we won't have another problem like last night with that one mission that gave us a crime stat, a level 3 crime stat for something ramming us. That was annoying. Not entirely sure how that happened. Man, I love the Polaris and how quick its quantum is. We're already halfway done with our journey. Well, server error. This is to be expected. It is Invictus launch week. It's a free fly. Oh, well, we've arrived through the server error. That's awesome. You know what? That's probably the best outcome for us. I've lost third person. That's okay. I don't need it. I just like to look at third person coming through the clouds. Player, is that a player Idris? Yes, it is. Our first player Idris sighting. General West. General? And very close to the ATC limit. What is that? It's another Idris. I simply must know. Lazy yellow dog. Didn't get the request for ATC. Wow, we got a hanger right away. It's awesome. Another Idris. They aren't rentable, are they? Tell me who owns this one. Fade to Funk. For some reason it had me on the floor. Interesting. So 3 Idrises. Wow. Right, that's not our way off. We're not at a docking port. We have to go down this way, through the elevator. Oh, I didn't go to the exit. My bad. All right, we'll store it. We'll go to the hall, we'll do some renting, and then we'll get on to some missions. Actually, there should be a priority mission to go to the hall. I don't know why it's not there. Store. Okay. Flares go down the hole. That's where we are. Okay. Alright, we made it on our way to Bevic Convention Center. Let's go check it out, right? Yeah! A lot of the ship displays were empty during the PTU, so this will be my first real look at Invictus this year. Good evening, Damon. Glad you're here for this. So many litter bugs. I thought I was asking for a hug. Parkour! Go ahead and buy some clothes. Blue Invictus shirt looks cool. Did I already buy a hat? I'll just... Okay. Hat. Hat. Different hat. Misk. Okay. Anything... Can't take these little... Excuse you, sorry. I didn't mean to be in your way. Let's see, we got some other goodies to come over here. Crusader. Oh. I forgot I could do that. I'll go ahead and buy that. And buy that. Tumbrel. It's a good orange. Consolidated Outland. Okay, nothing here. Does the UE Navy have anything I can take? I don't see anything. All right, let's go to the main hall. Let me go ahead and kill global chat and just take this in. Ooh, big lag there. Aegis Idris experience. A Mark II Peacekeeper variant for the UE Naval Patrol Services. The Aegis piece strips the standard ship to ship gun and spinal mount in favor of additional cargo capacity and superior speed. That's cool. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so let's stand here in the center. Starlancer TAC, the new Grey Cat MTC, and the Guardian MX. Actually, that is something I'm going to have to look into, is the Guardian MX. I can rent one, most likely. Let's see, what's at my kiosk here? So I can rent the MTC. We're definitely going to rent that. We'll play around with that. Got it. Aegis. I need an Eclipse for an upcoming mission. Confirm rental. Got it. I don't think I need any other Aegis unless I can rent Idris. You gonna let me rent an Idris? Didn't think so. Okay. So now let's go explore the halls. Let's see what we got here. Anvil Asgard, Anvil Centurion, Ballista Spartan, Ursa Medevac, Tumbril Cyclone. We'll go check out the... okay, my mouse is acting funky. Hammerhead, Redeemer, Harbinger. We'll go check out the Asgard real quick. Then we'll do a tour. Oh, I can do the Asgard here, so I don't have to go look at the... well, we'll go check out the displays. I know they look cool. So we'll just hook a left right here. We'll go in the first hall, and then we'll work our way around. A friend of yours purchased... Jeez. Oh. Well, it's a little bit outside my price range for sure. How much was it? I don't even know how much they are. They're like 2,500 bucks. Okay. Aegis Redeemer. Landing gear on this one always made me feel a little funky, like, I mean, it doesn't quite fit the Starship vibe, where everything else is like landing on pads and feet. This one's got wheels. It's a pretty nifty interior, though. Okay, we'll go upstairs. I haven't spent much time. I think I've been in a Redeemer once. That was before I started streaming. I may have done a cardinal sin and gotten in a turret. This may not be a good idea. Yep. Okay, I'm not stuck in the turret. 1,500, dear goodness. You know, I cringe at that, but I've spent that in game. Not all at once, but... This is a pretty sick looking little cockpit, not gonna lie. It's good stuff. That's turret access. Okay, let's go over to the wait, I need to go down. How do I go down? There's a ladder over here. Door, please open. Fuse required. Interesting. Alright. We're actually here. We're more concerned about... Right, we're eventually going to get ourselves over to the Asgard. Hammerhead, we've been in and out of one. Vanguard, we've been in and out of one. Alright. Question is, how did they get them in here? It's got to be like roof access somewhere. It's like going to a car dealership and you're like, how did they get this in here? Alright, it's the F8A Lightning, the one with all the guns. This thing's got guns everywhere. Wingtips? Check. Over the top? Check. Under the chin? Check. We got missiles here, there, and everywhere. It's the A version. The F8C is civilian version, is what everybody can get their hands on currently. Oh, man. Okay, we'll do it proper here in a sec. A Nursa. We currently have one of those in our inventory. It's a medical bed with wheels. These, I think, need an update. Ultimately, ground combat vehicles need to be a little bit, I don't know how better to put it. They need more teeth. They need to be more effective to be used, in my opinion. This is the one that I think is most usable. I think these are size 3s. It's got quad size 3s on it, which are pretty good against small and light fighters. The only downside is it's very stationary. Oh, look at the little M4A. Okay. I think the ship is facing the wrong way. I think they should have turned it around. But, that being said, this thing, look, it's got like shoulder guns. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay. So this is supposed to be a better Valkyrie. We got some chin guns, we got a bottom turret, we got some shoulder guns, giant air intakes. What is this? Oh, that's cool. You can parkour your way up into the ship. Oh, that's a nice big cargo hold. I like that. Okay, we're gonna do ourselves a proper here. They got this thing flanked by tumbrils. I'm fairly certain that means that the tumbril can fit in it. Roof slides open. Oh, for the how to get ships in and out. Ooh, okay. Let's do a 2, 3.5. Okay. That's just not scientific. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay. 4. Yeah, so the looks like it's wide enough to accept the tumbril. Looks like it might be tall enough, which would be very good. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's specifically notched out. The next question is, how many Furies can you fit in here? It can hold a ballista. Nice. Alright. Is that a door gunner position? No way. Okay, yeah, it's not implemented correctly yet, but that's ridiculously cool. Okay, very good. What do we got here? Oh. All right. Some component access. Wait, there's some screens over here. Oh, rear ramp, side door. Oh, the door folds out like that. That's cool. Is this one duplicate controls? It is. Okay. Let's go ahead and open the sides here. The whole upper level. Okay, we're coming back. Some sort of jump chair. Just a standby chair. Are we already at the front of this thing? I would imagine so. Yeah, so this might be the chin gun. Enter turret. Yes, definitely the chin gun. Let's see. I saw the button there for a second. Can't turn the gun, which is sad. Alright, get out of this seat. So that's the chin gun. Long animation of getting out. Okay, so that's an engineering station. Is it the same thing over here? No, it's not. It just looks like component access here. Some component there. More components. Engineering panel. Oh. I thought there was like a center room, but this is really just a pass-through. Okay. The little glass on that door is a nice touch. I haven't seen that on a ship yet. But that is like glass. I'm seeing through it to the panel beyond it. To that panel. That's cool. Nice touch. Nobody's ever going to notice that, but I did. Alright. We're just going to crawl through the plate. It didn't move fast enough. Alright, we have a bathroom. Looking for the button to do away with the head. Don't see one. See a really bad mirror that is seeing through. It's almost like a portal outside. Okay. What's on this side? A pair of bunks with iPads. Some weapon racks. Looks probably like suit lockers here. Now we're going to descend into the lone seat cockpit. So this is intended to be crewed by 2 people. It's a very big ship for 2-person crew. Alright, let's see what sort of visibility we get out of the cockpit. Okay. I really want to fly this thing. We got technically 2 ways onto the ship. One is, you know, a parkour check. The gun loadout looks pretty good. I'm thinking that that's going to be some size 3s and 2 size 4s. I'll need to look at the spec sheet, but those look like 4 size 3s. And then that missile pod. Oh, can you imagine if we end up getting something like a bespoke Gatling cannon off the top of this thing? Oh, ooh, shudders, shivers. Okay. I want one. Excuse me while I step away and figure out how much that's going to set me back. Anvil, Asgard, Star Citizen. Okay, no, but it's got a number on it yet. We're at an impasse. I want to get out and you... Okay. Yeet. Wait, it won't let me jump off. That needs to be fixed. Or is that a piece of glass that I'm just not seeing? It might be a piece of glass. It is a piece of glass. That's why I couldn't jump through it. Piece of glass has got to go, guys. Alright, so the Asgard's pretty cool. What is... That's just some weird buggy thing. Alright, and battles of the day continue to grow in scale and complexity. Anvil Aerospace understands the impact a single vehicle can have on the outcome. Enter the Asgard. The next generation in ground vehicle transport, the Anvil Asgard features a quick load ramp, a sizable hold to securely store your vehicles of choice, and a hefty array of armaments to ensure access to even the most combat-heavy of drop sites. Not bad. Yeah. What? It's an unnecessary glass window. Like, Space OSHA's not going to be caring about your military vehicle having, you know, realistically, it needs a vault. You need to be able to vault off of that and get down there in a combat situation. What do we got? Anything interesting? Nah. Okay, next haul. We'll have to... I think that's this side. I think we have to jaunt across to the other side. Super Hornet Mark II. Join the UAE Navy with Civilian Ship Number 1, Civilian Ship Number 2, Civilian Ship Number 3, Civilian Ship, where is it, number 4. The twins down here, the Inferno and the Ion. It's an MSR. C1, just join the Navy, whole bunch of civilian ships. Atmo venting. Possible. It does provide a unique barrier in zero-G environments. Otherwise, that's just a big, easy hole to get to the cockpit. Okay, I'm gonna avoid eye contact with the MX for the moment. I do want to see. I hope I can rent one, because I want to go and put one side by side with mine to see the physical differences. I've seen screenshots of it, and I think I just noticed the physical differences, but obviously I want to put them side by side and look at, because while the Guardian looked like a fluffy MX or a Fury, this looks like a fluffy Guardian. Okay, I don't think we're gonna have any surprises in this haul. Aside from the guy in pink running around. Okay, we got Anvil. Can't. RSI Scorpius. Is this the tractor over here? The Argo tractor? Yeah, it is. Terrapin, which I think is the medical Terrapin, I think is where it's at. Of course, the medical versions of just about every ship are the best versions of those ships. The Terrapin Medic. Still prefer the QI. Yep. I think the bed. If I remember correctly, the new MX does not have a bed in it, and that means a lot. But I do really prefer its 4 size 4s over the 2 size 5s. I think the burst DPS does it better against light and medium fighters, even other heavy fighters, but it starts to fall short. Wait a sec. What is this room? Wait, I'm allowed to go back here? Very interesting. This is a level of detail I was not prepared for. Looks like shoe boxes. What's in the box? Okay, I didn't realize I could go backstage. And this is a level of immersion that I was not ready for. Pallet jack, can I just steal the pallet jack, please? It would help me in so many situations. Yeah, it just goes for days. The medical Terrapin just can fly for days. It's high on my list of suggestions for casual PvE bunker runner players. I think that it ticks all the boxes. Foxfire, Colossus. All right. I think we have one more area to go look at before we can get to the main event, kind of. We'll definitely rent a Starlancer TAC, and we'll run it through a couple missions, and we'll see how well it does. Okay, that guy just turned around and changed his mind. Guns and shields. power plants, right? Yeah. There's the Asgard again. Yeah, I'm liking the Asgard. That's gonna be, when it goes on sale, I'll probably end up getting one. It kind of ticks all my boxes for sure. I want to know its specs a little bit better. The tack, it's, yeah, I don't want to speak ill of it. I've only played around with it a little, but just about everything that it does, a Connie can do. And the Connie has better visibility out the front, which is saying something. Okay, Gladius. That's a normal Guardian, I believe. Yeah, I can see the cannons on it. So there's Gladius. Scorpius, this is neat. The Scorpius is getting a changeable bespoke missile turret. So your rear gunner, instead of having a very usable turret, now can do missiles. Shoot 16 missiles and then do nothing for the rest of the fight. So they got an attrition right beside the Guardian. The Guardian comes with these M7As that you almost instantly swap out for attritions. Are you the QI version, or I think you're the just standard Guardian. Yeah, you're the standard Guardian. Where's your card? Is your card behind you? Okay, I don't know where your card is. But that's okay. There's some more anvil. Here's the F8C. It's an aggressive looking fighter. And it's missing that top turret. No, it has a top turret. It's all the way up there. Really hard to see. Take it easy. Have fun on vacation. I'll see you when you get around again, man. Little anvil arrow. Alright, let's get to the meat and potatoes. I need to check to see what day Mirai is. That's probably the day that I'll be allowed to rent the Guardian. Little Titan. Such a good little ship. Yeah. Yep. gonna let me parkour my way in? Nope. Of course not. Why? Because the Guardian allowed me, not the Guardian, the Asgard let me parkour my way in. Are those remote missiles or are they tractor beams? Looks kind of like remote missiles. The top of that is just too low to be usable by most vehicles. I feel like even an Ursa would have a hard time getting in. Okay, little kitchen. Is that a medbed? Tech has medbed? Tech has medbed. Very interesting. Well, we'll just take our food stamps real quick. Okay. Drop pods. This has got to be the turrets. It's an intimidating wall of what look like shells. Some suit lockers. Cool. We'll take the ladder up. Okay, some escape pods. This is the disappointing part. You have such a very limited view. Nothing up, nothing down, very little side. It's a weird mesh. There's enough room to lay down on the dash. This is unnecessary. Alright, let's see what else is in this thing. I mean, it's got a lot of space. Apparently we aren't allowed to go in that room. Decent sized galley. Engineering. I mean, it's a big ship, but man, that's giving off some Star Trek vibes right there, isn't it? Those glowing orange nacelle caps. Wait, it's worth a -1 AUEC. Interesting. Engineering terminal coming soon. I wish it would let me buy it. I would just sit there and rack up 1 AUEC and buy worthless items. Right. Tiny hangar. Well, that's the tack. What an interesting ship. Not something I desire to own. Let's take the elevator this time. Let's get exit ship. Let's get to the next part of the night. Let's do some missions. I mean, it looks interesting. I don't think that it's in the cards for me. Oh yeah, the MTC, we gotta go. And the MX. Alright, MTC, and then we'll finish on the MX, because the MX is what I really want to see. We've rented one of these already. Yep, that's pretty much what I expected it would be. I mean, in theory, I expect to see a medical version, one of these, stripping out the suit lockers for a bed. There's enough room. Okay. The MX. It feels stubbier. Yeah, it feels way stubbier. But Foresight Force, right where you want them to be, so you can be a true TIE Avenger. Ooh. That guy's having elevator difficulties. Did they remove the ability to get into the pilot seat? Interesting. No front exit. Wonder if that's happened with the this button feels better than it does on the standard. Okay. Someone's in the chair currently. Yeah, I don't know if I could deal without having the bed. I don't need to get into the cockpit of this. Hopefully it's available for the free fly. So that way I can AB one and see if those size 4 guns are as cool as I think they're going to be. Okay. Yeah, so the new ships for this will be the Guardian MX, which is a differently weaponed, optioned, slightly more tanky version of the Guardian. It looks stubbier. It may just be the angle, but it really feels stubbier than the current Guardian. The Starlancer TAC, the tactical version of the Starlancer Max, it's got extra guns. We've got the Grey Cat MTC, new on-the-ground vehicle. We do have a Paladin, not a Paladin, sorry, an Asgard. I'll go walk over to the Asgard real quick there for you, Air. I really like the Asgard. It ticks so many boxes. I think it is, here it is, fantastic. It's a better Valkyrie. So it looks like we have 6 size 3 weapons, maybe a pair of size 4s. Size 3s are going to be fine. It's got these awesome side doors here, which for me tick a box of being a secondary mode of entrance because you can parkour your way in. A giant loading deck here. It can fit a ballista, which is huge. There's a door-mounted gun. Cool as heck. This little lower deck has the chin turret, the engineering section. I found out that this is a glass panel here. You can't jump through it as much as I tried to. You have this utilitarian deck here, so there's a bathroom. Yeah, the Asgard's probably going to carry a chunk to it. I'll have to unlock all doors once I get to the cockpit. Somebody was a dick. Okay, somebody has locked all doors. Fantastic. We can't get into that one. Just gotta love players. And like I said, this is a piece of glass in front of you because realistically you'd like to jump through it down to the deck just to expedite your travel, but you can't. I gotta take a look at the pricing on the Asgard. I don't think its pricing is available yet. They're pricing it in about the 350 bracket, which means that it's contending against high-end Connies. It can carry more has better gun, well, not better guns, has different guns. So yeah. Yeet. Those are the new ships. So we got the MTC, which is a ground vehicle, the MX, which is a Guardian missile / different weapon optioned. You have the Asgard, the TAC, and then of course the Idris. Did I miss one? That's about it. That's the new stuff. It is. That's what everybody's comparing it to. I mean, CIG is quick to defend themselves, saying it's not just an improved Valk, but it really is. That's what it is. All right, gonna consult this board real quick. So Origin, RSI, and Argo are coming up next. 19th and 20th I want to be there for the Mirai, so we can get hopefully get our hands on the MX and AB it versus my Guardian QI. I like the weapons loadout on the MX, but I really like also having the bed. I think that makes it such a good all-around ship. So debating with myself whether or not I want to trade in, trade out, trade up, trade around, whatever it's going to take to be in the MX. All right, I'm going to see if my priority missions have decided that they have. Happy Invictus, fantastic. Go to the Bevic Convention Center, did that. Cool. That has been awarded 10 script. Cool. I didn't see any script while I was walking around. I did go to some unusual places, so supposedly there's script just hanging around to be picked up off the ground. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Try and find some. I am on the script finding mission. Want to do some stuff with Wicklow. Exactly. That is their MO, is like, how do we fix this? Well, when we do fix it, we'll call it a new ship, and that way people won't feel entitled to have a replacement. They'll just have to spend more money. Oh, I didn't see the RSI stuff. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Bye. Bye. Argo. Bye. And bye. Okay. Now on to Riker. We're going to do this UE Navy Patrol mission. Let's start. There's some cool stuff you can get, little account goodies. So we're going to go ahead and do that tonight.
Hey there, rookie. Welcome to the Navy Patrol training experience. I'm Lucas Baransko, but my students call me Gilly. I've served in 6 squadrons and have over 10 years of teaching under my belt. We're going to be running you through 3 exercises covering a basic patrol. While not as intense as the real deal naval training, they should give you a pretty good idea of what life is like for new recruits learning the ropes. To start, we're going to have you do some scanning. So head to the designated patrol point when you're ready, and we'll kick things off.
I'm right. We'll ride over to Riker. We'll grab a ship. I think we'll do this entire mission set in my Guardian. But once we get to Riker, I have to take a quick break, you know, enough to refill my drink, and that shouldn't take that long, but we're going to get to Riker before we do that. There's a Fury coming right out of that bay, almost telegraphing what everybody's going to do with the little hanger in the tack. Looks like it's chewing through a couple Cutlass Blacks, which it can certainly easily do. You can see the server chugging, all the NPCs doing a chunky walk. All right, we'll leave ourselves here for the moment. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Let's go do our UE Navy patrol. All right, what are... We have the QI. We have an Eclipse, that's for a different thing. Don't need the F7A, so yeah, we're gonna do it in the QI. The only downside is it will not have my Sovereign paint on it. So it'll only be the default paint, which is black and gray, which looks fine. Okay. Right. That is suspect, is it? Oh, don't tell me hangers are broken. I mean, this is a flight week, so we can expect something to be goofy. Let's go ahead and click store. We might end up doing this in a Polaris. Alright, let's try again. I see you. Yeah, that MX looks like it's, for lack of a better word, wings are splayed out a little bit wider. They're not as long. Why are we bouncing? Why? Yeet. Systems on, engines on. Contact ATC. Alright. How far away we gotta go? Very close. Good. Knock down the coolers a little. Guns and engines. There's somebody's Polaris. Pisces. Polaris. Okay. These patrol missions are pretty easy. Just have to do some scanning and may have to defend yourself against some NPCs. Still getting the slideshow effect. Not cool. Alright. Baramsko should start talking here in a sec.
You made it. That's one hurdle cleared. You'd be surprised how many don't even get this far. Okay. Welcome to your first sortie. First things first, choose a point to scan and use your radar to see what you can find.
Okay, we have a scan target.
Uh-oh. Seems this satellite's been hacked by outlaws. You're gonna have to take it out. Let's put on some go juice and see what your bird can do. Just keep an eye on your six, as corrupted satellites have been known to fight back.
Okay, that one's done.
Okay, we're off to my next step.
Boost our way over to this one.
Contact. Looks like you picked up the basic satellite. That's what a lot of patrolling is about. Checking stuff out and finding everything's perfectly normal.
On to the next one.
That should do it for this one. Get ready and fly to the next AO. Your scan's found a standard satellite. Looks like everything is in order.
Cool. All right, let's see. We got 5 script for that. Cool. Contracts. Let's go to the next one. Priority number 2. Neutralizing a hostile threat. Okay.
Now that you're here, we can get the party started. Not sure how much combat experience you have. Any advice I like to give is to try to focus on moving while aiming. It's easy to get too focused.
Yep, the missiles don't work.
Remember, you're a spaceship, not a glorified turret. You ready? Weapons free. Good luck.
Ooh. Pisces.
All right. That's it for this exercise. You did good work. Let me guess. You're a fan of a reading command. Either way, you're making good progress. Yeah, I bet there's some real Navy combat pilots who don't think the trainers can do it. We got one more exercise. Grab some rank time and I'll see you when you're ready for the last.
All right, I'm gonna do the final one. Oh,
Great to have you for the last part of this Navy Patrol training exercise. This is gonna be fun. I arranged for the training on the ship named Strix. You'll be able to use independent while dealing with hostile threats. Since you handled yourself so well in the last lesson, I told them not to hold back on you this time. Ready? I'll count you again once you arrive at the training center. All channels! I'm under attack! Please, if you hear this, help me! I'm heading out. Take care.
well, that was easy. One Mustang, eh? Future Navy Pilot T-shirt has been awarded. Yay, yay. Okay, so that's that. Let's go through the ghillie combat ones. See if I can... We'll pick up Call to Arms while we wait. Mercenary, ghillie combat. Scenario 4 was the one that we were doing the other night, last night, and it failed on us. Yes, it is. We'll go ahead and try and do that one. And of course the mission has flipped on us. Contracts. I'm going to abandon Call to Arms. Is Bramsco going to talk to us at all in this one? Okay.
Good. You're here. I'll notify the other pilots, and we can begin. Hostiles inbound. Light 'em up.
Okay, so yes, this is the one that we were trying to do last night. We need to be on the lookout for an M50. I don't see this contrail. There he is. Okay, and this M50 can definitely swing faster than we can. We just really need a couple of lucky hits on it. There we go. Like I said, a couple lucky hits is all we need. So last night we were doing this one in the Polaris, and this raft rammed me, and I got 6 crime stat notifications. And ended up in jail. I got a level 3 crime stat from him ramming my Polaris. Oh. Almost gotcha. Okay, now we can worry about that M50, and we can be done with this mission. Which I think puts us on to the one I need the Eclipse for. How did that almost direct on hit not get him? Okay. Oh, there's two of you. Okay. That's why I'm getting so confused. Heavy fighter versus these little guys. Not the easiest thing in the world. That's one more to go. Well, that was a good shot. He just has infinite chaff or flare. What noise? That's the one. There we go. Okay, so that's the one that are going to shoot missiles at me. That I can handle. Must be 6 where they introduce the hammerhead, and I need the Eclipse to take that one out solo.
Hostile spotted. Give him what you got.
Next wave. All right. The hell? Okay. Well, that was fun. Not quite sure what happened there, but I think I got rammed. There we go, back at ruin. Okay, couldn't get past the bed there, that was weird. All right. I'll have to go back and watch and see what happened. Something exploded directly in front of me. And then while I was coming around, something hit me and I spun and I exploded. In the PTU, I did these missions in a Connie. I don't have a Connie available to me in the PU. I do have the Polaris, which would be okay. I'm not going to go grab it. It's currently at area 18. What do I have available to me? Looks like I'm going with a Hornet. Hornet's going to take a minute to get over to Stanton Gateway, and it's going to need gas. Alright, engines on, contact ATC. Gear up. Okay. Stanton Gateway. It's obstructed. That really shouldn't be an issue. Wait, is that a person? No, it's just a piece of clutter. Okay. Oh, I'm low on gas. Space gas. Okay. We'll see if these pads down here can help me. If they want to work or not. Gear down. Okay. All right, hefty flight ahead of us. Smoke if you got him. Come to think of it, there's no reason why I can't do those missions here in Stanton. Contracts. Well, aside from the fact that I need to get a place. So we're going to go to Terminus. Sorry guys, forgot completely about that. It doesn't have to be done in Stanton. It can totally be done here. Alright, little shimmy sounds mean we're about to drop out of quantum. Contracts, mercenary. I thought they could be due. Oh, it makes sense they have to be done in Stanton, doesn't it? Well, so much for time efficient. Back we go. Sorry guys for wasting your time. I was mistaken. Onward we go. Alright, let's see. The Asgard, 6 size 3 guns, 2 size 4s for the gunner and the chin turret, 16 size 3 missiles, 4 size 2 shields, which is interesting because normally it's like you get 3 of one size or 1 of the next size up. And it only has 24 points of power output, 26 if you use grade A components. The power management's not going to be fun. Would have been better single size 3. Yeah. Man, this thing is just drinking QT fuel. Gulping it down. Definitely gonna have to refuel before I even go through the gateway. Closing in. We're 3/5 of the way done with our journey. Long flight. Four gigameters to go. We are approaching Stanton Gateway. Okay. Oh, it's looking good tonight. Slow down a little. Is there any pads we can refuel at? I feel like there's gotta be. You look like a pad. Touchdown. Kill the engines. Alright, looks like I'm only going to have time to get to the other side tonight. But the good news is I will be back tomorrow night for sure. So, engines on. I did not need to do that. Looks like I have the quantum fuel bug. Hopefully it lets me jump. If not, we'll just store for the night on this side and get back to it tomorrow. There we go. We'll see if entry requirements are met. They are. Here we go. There we go. When we cross the barrier, we have our full QT. Pretty quiet in the jump point today. There's the Stanton side. All right, let's see if we have any of the missions. Mercenary, nope. Priority, hunt the Polaris. We'll do that. We'll try and do that tomorrow night. There should be plenty of people on. We can get tagged on to somebody's crew and get that done. Maybe some of our local friends will be on too. Maybe we can try that. For the moment, I swear I can type. We're on for a little short jaunt over to Arc Core. We'll land at Area 18 and we will call it an evening. All right, there's a little shimmy sound. Address is $1,500. Oh man. Wonder if it'll ever be purchasable in game. I mean, that's something I'd be willing to grind towards. What is that ahead of us? Little arrow. Craft. Contact ATC. Too far out. Don't feel like we're too far out now. Nope, 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 nope. Oof. Okay. I hit boost instead of landing gear. Okay. Almost cost me. How much did it hurt? 45. We'll take that. Well, everyone, thanks for joining me. We did a couple missions. We looked at the facility. We got our free Future in UEE Navy Pilot t-shirt. Need to go check to see if that was something that is account updated. Let me double check right now before we get out of here. Back. Close. View my hangar. That is indeed a account reward. It's a blue shirt. Cool. We'll take a look at that next stream. Thanks everybody. I'll see you over on the verse tomorrow night.